I've seen Wemby make plays that I haven't seen anybody else make in the history of the game.
This kid is different.
He's unguardable, and you can't score on him.
Before we keep going, hit that like button and subscribe if you're rocking with the video. It sounds simple, but it seriously helps the channel grow in a big way. Right now, something wild is happening around Victor Wembanyama, and the whole NBA can feel the pressure building fast. This stopped being regular hype a long time ago. What's got people uneasy isn't just the crazy highlights anymore, it's the fact that nobody truly knows how to explain what they're seeing on the court.
Finally say better than Jordan. He's going to be that person.
He's the key.
Well, he scares you. He's almost like the big kid where you have to check his birth certificate to see if he's really that age.
It is so fucking tiring guarding.
He's the best player in the world.
He's the key. Because all them other parts are terrific. Fox, Castle, Harper, Barnes,
Kevin
Johnson. Like
deep.
But he's the game changer.
Every single time Wemby steps on the floor, the reaction sounds exactly the same. Confusion, disbelief, straight up shock. Players, coaches, and basketball legends keep trying to compare him to somebody, then halfway through they just give up because no comparison actually works anymore. This doesn't even feel like normal basketball progression at this point. It feels like the league accidentally unlocked something it can't control.
I think Wemby is the first perfect big man that's ever created. Can shoot free throws, play defense, play offense. He's a great team player. And for me, in a long time, he's a joy to watch. I don't usually, enjoy the big man how they play now, but he plays it so perfectly. I actually accept the way he plays. I'm seeing toughness. I'm seeing adjustment. And in 2 years, he will be right next to Jokic as the best big man in the league. Right now, he's number 2, but not far behind.
One play, he's bringing the ball up like an elite guard, crossing defenders, pulling from deep with a smooth jumper that looks straight out of a Kevin Durant highlight reel. Then seconds later, he's flying across the paint, swatting shots off the glass, grabbing rebounds over everybody, and bullying the inside like prime Shaq. That combination should not exist in one human being, but somehow it does. And the craziest part is how effortless he makes it look.
Like, those other guys are really, really good players. He is like, oh, they got Shaq. They're going to be better than everybody else. Oh, they have Michael Jordan. They have Tim Duncan. Like, there's a lot of
LeBron.
It's a LeBron, Kobe, guys like that. Because all NBA players are good players, but there's very few superstars.
Around the league, players already sound frustrated talking about him. You keep hearing the same reactions again and again. We've never seen this before. This ain't normal. He's different. And it's not random people online saying that stuff either. These are NBA players, analysts, Hall of Famers, people who've watched every superstar era imaginable. That's exactly why the nickname Alien caught on so fast. There's just no clean basketball comparison for this dude. He's way too tall to move like that, way too skilled to defend like that, and somehow dominant on both ends at the same time. Then you look at the numbers, and everything starts sounding unreal. We're not talking about some young player putting up empty stats on a weak team either. These are the kind of numbers that make people pause when they hear them out loud. People kept clowning his size early on, saying he was barely over 90 pounds, calling him skinny, saying he looked like skin and bones. But now, nobody's laughing anymore. San Antonio looks completely different when he's on the court. They've got talent, no doubt, but Wemby changes everything by himself. The way Steph Curry changed basketball from the point guard spot, Wemby feels like he's doing the same thing to the center position. A guy that tall should not have handles like that. He should not be moving like a guard, pulling up from 3 and controlling the game from everywhere on the floor. He's not Steph Curry from deep, but he can absolutely make defenses pay from outside, and that alone creates a nightmare matchup. Then defensively, it gets even crazier. He blocks shots that look impossible to reach. Players go up thinking, that's an easy bucket. Then suddenly Wemby comes flying out of nowhere and sends it back. You can literally see guys panic and change their shots just because he's nearby. His presence alone completely messes with offenses. There have already been plays where Wemby does things nobody has ever seen before in NBA history. Usually when a guard attacks the paint and the big man steps up to help, that leaves an easy pass for a dunk or layup. But Wemby somehow covers both at the same time. He challenges the guard, then still recovers fast enough to shut down the pass. That's not normal basketball stuff, and offensively, it feels unfair trying to guard somebody with that many skills in one package. He's got touch, ball handling, length, footwork, shot creation, everything. Some people still want him to play more aggressive on offense because there are moments where he looks almost too relaxed. But even then, every move he makes has impact. Whether it's offense, defense, spacing, or just standing near the paint, teams struggle dealing with him. People compare different legends for different reasons. Jokic has that elite offensive skill set. Shaq had overwhelming dominance and power. But Wemby feels like a strange mix of everything, mixed with guard movement and unreal athletic ability at his size. That's why so many players and analysts keep saying they've never seen anything like him before. And maybe the wildest part is how much fear he already creates around the league. You can literally watch experienced NBA players hesitate to shoot just because he's somewhere in the area. That kind of impact is rare. And honestly, it's starting to look scary for the rest of the league. We're talking about stat lines that sound completely unreal. 25 points, 15 rebounds, 5 blocks, steals on top of that, all while changing almost every offensive possession just by standing near the rim. That's the kind of production people normally create on a video game with the sliders turned all the way up. And because of that, the MVP conversation keeps getting louder every single week. But the moment that really shook the basketball world was when Wemby openly reminded everybody that defense is still 50% of the game. That comment hit hard because deep down, everybody knew he was telling the truth. For years, the NBA spotlight has mostly been about scoring titles, flashy crossovers, logo threes, insane passes, and offensive highlights. But Wemby is forcing people to realize how devastating one defender can actually be. He's protecting the rim, switching onto guards, breaking up pick and rolls, cutting off drives before they even start, and making entire offenses panic the second they get near the paint. That level of defensive impact changes the entire flow of a game. And honestly, it also exposed something uncomfortable about today's NBA. Before Wemby started dominating headlines, defense almost felt overlooked compared to offense. Now analysts are sitting on television debating a wild question. Is he already the most impactful player in basketball? Not the best scorer, not the flashiest player, the most impactful overall. And maybe the craziest part of all this is his mindset. Most young stars play it safe with the media. They avoid pressure, dodge expectations, stay extra humble in interviews, and give those standard, "I'm just happy to be here" answers. Wemby doesn't move like that at all. He talks like somebody who already believes the league belongs to him. He openly speaks about beating elite teams, chasing MVPs, winning awards, and earning every level of respect possible. And he says it with zero fear or hesitation. That confidence completely changes the way people look at him because now it doesn't feel like we're watching a young superstar slowly grow into greatness. It feels like we're watching somebody trying to grab control of the NBA right now. And honestly, nobody has really answered him yet. Every time analysts talk about Wemby on TV, you can feel the tension building. The same questions keep coming up over and over again. Who can actually stop this guy? Who has the matchup for him? And who wants to deal with that nightmare in a 7-game playoff series? What's making this whole situation even crazier is that Wemby still looks like he's only scratching the surface. That's the scary part for the rest of the league. Most superstars take years before they truly control games on both ends of the floor. Wemby is already doing it while still learning the speed of the NBA. Every month, it feels like he unlocks something new, and teams are running out of answers fast. One night, he's dominating with blocks and defense. The next night, he's bringing the ball up the court, hitting step-back threes, throwing insane passes, and moving like somebody nearly a foot shorter than him. Defenders look completely confused, trying to figure out what angle to even guard him from. Smaller players can't contest his shot, bigger players can't stay in front of him, and help defense barely matters because of his length. And the pressure he puts on teams mentally might be the wildest part of all. You can literally see offenses second-guessing themselves in real time. Guards hesitate before driving into the paint. Big men rush shots they normally make easily. Coaches are constantly adjusting game plans, just trying to slow him down for a few possessions. That's superstar-level impact already, and he's still incredibly young. What really has people talking, though, is the idea that the league may not be fully prepared for what he becomes in a few years. If he's already putting up these kinds of performances now, what happens once he gets stronger physically? What happens when his confidence grows even more? That's the part. making NBA fans nervous. Because history usually gives basketball one unstoppable force at a time. There was the Shaq era, the LeBron era, the Steph Curry era. Now people are starting to wonder if the next era is already here. And if that turns out to be true, the rest of the NBA could be looking at a problem nobody knows how to solve. Every game feels bigger, every highlight goes viral instantly, and every performance adds more hype to the idea that Wemby might be changing basketball right in front of everybody's eyes. What's making this whole situation even crazier is that Wemby still looks like he's only scratching the surface. That's the scary part for the rest of the league. Most superstars take years before they truly control games on both ends of the floor. Wemby is already doing it while still learning the speed of the NBA. Every month, it feels like he unlocks something new, and teams are running out of answers fast. One night he's dominating with blocks and defense. The next night he's bringing the ball up the court, hitting step-back threes, throwing insane passes, and moving like somebody nearly a foot shorter than him. Defenders look completely confused, trying to figure out what angle to even guard him from. Smaller players can't contest his shot, bigger players can't stay in front of him, and help defense barely matters because of his length. And the pressure he puts on teams mentally might be the wildest part of all. You can literally see offenses second-guessing themselves in real time. Guards hesitate before driving into the paint. Big men rush shots they normally make easily. Coaches are constantly adjusting game plans just trying to slow him down for a few possessions. That's superstar-level impact already, and he's still incredibly young. What really has people talking, though, is the idea that the league may not be fully prepared for what he becomes in a few years. If he's already putting up these kinds of performances now, what happens once he gets stronger physically? What happens when his confidence grows even more? That's the part making NBA fans nervous. Because history usually gives basketball one unstoppable force at a time. There was the Shaq era, the LeBron era, the Steph Curry era. Now people are starting to wonder if the next era is already here. And if that turns out to be true, the rest of the NBA could be looking at a problem nobody knows how to solve. Every game feels bigger, every highlight goes viral instantly, and every performance adds more hype to the idea that Wemby might be changing basketball right in front of everybody's eyes. And right now, the truth is simple. Nobody really has an answer for Victor Wembanyama. Sure, there are still people trying to calm the hype down by saying, let's wait until the playoffs first. And honestly, that's a fair point. Every legendary player eventually had to prove themselves on the biggest stage. But at the same time, the league has never seen anything built like this before, and that's why the usual rules might not even apply anymore. Because this doesn't feel like a normal superstar rise at all. This feels way bigger. It feels like one of those rare moments where basketball is starting to shift into a completely new era. The kind of energy people felt when Michael Jordan changed the game forever, or when LeBron entered the league looking unstoppable from day one. But even those comparisons feel incomplete because Wemby's situation is just different. There's no real historical blueprint for a player like him. A guy this tall isn't supposed to move this smoothly, handle the ball this comfortably, shoot this confidently, and completely dominate defensively all at the same time. He can impact every part of the game, destroy defensive schemes, control the paint, switch onto guards, and still look like he's only beginning to figure out how powerful he can become. That's the part making the NBA nervous right now, because if he stays healthy and keeps improving at this pace, the league could be witnessing the start of something completely different from anything basketball has ever seen before. And now the pressure shifts onto everybody else, because the real question isn't whether Victor Wembanyama is coming anymore. It's who's actually going to stop him once he fully arrives.